Why can you not stop checking short videos, even when you know they are ruining your focus? Decades before TikTok existed, B.F. Skinner was putting rats in boxes and discovering exactly how behavior gets hooked. The disturbing part is that short video apps now apply those same lab principles to your brain every single time you swipe. In this breakdown, you will see 5 of Skinner's core ideas, how they show up in your scrolling, and what you can do to escape. First, Skinner found that animals press levers far more when rewards are unpredictable, not guaranteed. If a rat gets food every single time, it eventually loses interest. But when the reward sometimes appears and sometimes does not, the lever becomes irresistible. Your For You page is built on that exact principle of variable reward, where most videos are forgettable but one suddenly hits perfectly. That rare hit of laughter, shock, or validation is the pellet, and your thumb on the screen has quietly become the lever. Second, Skinner showed that immediate rewards beat delayed ones almost every time, no matter what the long-term cost is. 15-second burst of entertainment lands in your nervous system right now, while deep work and long-term goals feel distant and abstract. Your brain is wired to chase the quick hit, which is why just one more clip regularly turns into an hour you cannot even remember. It is not a moral failure. It is a nervous system wired to prioritize now over later, and an app designed to exploit that wiring. Third, Skinner described negative reinforcement, where a behavior is strengthened not by pleasure, but by the removal of discomfort. Think about how often you reach for your phone when you feel bored, anxious, awkward, or lonely, and how the feeling seems to shrink for a moment. Your brain learns that opening a short video app is a reliable way to escape inattention, even if that escape is only temporary. Over time, the phone stops being a neutral tool and becomes a conditioned exit door from almost every uncomfortable emotion. Fourth, Skinner noticed that when you try to remove a learned behavior, it often spikes before it fades in what he called an extinction burst. If you decide to quit scrolling and suddenly feel a desperate urge to check just for a second, that spike is the extinction burst in real time. The increasing craving right after you set a limit is not proof that you're failing. It is often a sign that the old habit is struggling to survive. If you can ride out that frantic window without giving in, the behavior finally starts to lose its grip on your nervous system. Fifth, Skinner pioneered the idea of shaping, where complex behaviors are built gradually through small rewarded steps. Short video apps did not hook you in a single night. They began with harmless-seeming clips, then added autoplay, personalized feeds, and endless scroll. Each little upgrade rewarded you for staying slightly longer, until opening the app moved from a choice into a reflex. At that point, you're not just consuming content. You're enacting a trained behavior chain that has been carefully reinforced. So what does Skinner's work suggest if you want your attention back instead of living as a lab subject for algorithms? The first move is time boxing. Give your scrolling a strict window, such as 15 minutes in the evening, and use app timers to enforce it. Knowing there is a hard edge to the session prevents the behavior from quietly expanding to fill every gap in your day. The second move is visual disruption. Switching your phone to grayscale removes much of the color-based reward that keeps feeds feeling exciting. When everything on your screen looks flat and lifeless, your brain stops treating each swipe as a glittering possibility. The third move is deliberate replacement, where you choose 1 or 2 simple actions that will give you genuine, slower dopamine instead of endless micro hits. That could be a 10-minute walk, 1 page of a book, a journaling prompt, or a short breathing exercise before you ever open an app. The goal is not to become a perfect monk, but to prove to your nervous system that regulation and relief exist outside the scroll. If this feels hard, remember that Skinner's animals did escape their conditioning when the environment changed and the rewards stopped arriving. You are working with the same basic learning system, but with far more awareness and far more tools than any rat in a box ever had. The real question is not, why am I so weak, but how long do I want to keep donating my brain's learning system to companies that treat me like a lab subject? If you want help rewiring those patterns instead of just feeling guilty about them, that is exactly why PsychMax exists. Inside the app, you get short, daily psychology lessons, reflective prompts, and AI-powered journal insights that show you the loops you are actually running. The Pro Tools help you track changes in mood, habits, and screen behavior over time, so progress stops being a vague feeling and becomes visible data. If you are serious about stepping out of Skinner's box, start by downloading PsychMax today and give your learning system something better to work on than the next swipe.